We're live at Duke City Comic-Con. A shout out to Jim Burleson letting me run around this wonderful event, talk to so many great people, including we got Larry B. Scott. This is a Sanctity for Nerds, and we have one of the Revenge of the Nerds, one of the stars of this Comic-Con alongside me. Sir, how you doing, and what's your first takes on Albuquerque?
I'm doing really good. I literally just got here, so forgive me if I'm a little lagged out. But it's, it's not LA, and that's okay, if that makes any sense.
Definitely makes sense. We're big fans of LA here on the show on Mike Adams 2.0, but we're also big fans of all the nerd stuff, but of all this acting, and you've got to do it all from a nerd to an astronaut to a warrior. What is it like getting to live out all of your dreams?
One of the things I do now is teach acting, and one of the things I tell actors is that one of the wonderful things about being an actor is the fact that you can live literally 1,000 different lives, and not just get stuck in the suit you're stuck in. So it's wonderful to be able to do projects, and what happens is every project you do, you literally live a life. So you live the life of that character while you're doing that project, and you learn things about that. And each character is different. And as you can see, I've been fortunate to been in business since 1970, and done over 60 projects. And you just never know how it's going to play out. A really quick story. You do a film that you think everybody's going to see, like Space Camp, because it's about a space shuttle, and you're just jazzed about it. And then, life events get in the way. Though a month before the film drops, the space shuttle blows up. And it kills the climate for space shuttle movies. I know that's kind of morbid, but I want to keep it real with you guys. So I don't want to just tell you it's great. There's ups and downs, man. There's times when, you love this business, and then there's times when you love this business, when you don't like it. Am I lying?
Oh, no, you're not lying. There's the ups and the downs like with any job. What led you to this job, though? I'm sure everybody, they watch TV, they watch me, and say, I want to do this. When did you actually, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try this?
Interesting story. I started out as the class clown in my school, which I know a bunch of y'all are right now. And my teacher was like, if you're going to do all that talking, you need to be on stage. So she challenged me and said, you need to take it to the stage. So I went to a theater. I'm from New York. I went to Amos Theater in New York. This is back in the 70s. And at the time, they were doing The Wizard of Oz, and I got the role of the janitor. And if you know The Wizard of Oz, ain't no damn janitor in The Wizard of Oz. I was the janitor for the theater. Turns out, right before the show opened, the wizard dropped out. I got to be the wizard. See how weird things are? The girl was playing Dorothy. Her mother was a manager. So she came down to see her daughter and saw me and said, if you ever want to get into acting, let me know. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I went home and told my mom. My mom was like, just try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. And I tried it, and like Mikey, not Micah, Mikey, I liked it.
Someone that's been in the industry for so long, you've seen so many evolutions. What is it like for you now to watch a movie? Is that experience change for you as we've seen so much more change in graphics and screens and just how clear everything is? And there's just so much more technology in films.
Yeah, the thing that you're always going to find out, or whether you want to or not, is everything will change. And the really good thing about this business is they always want somebody new for you guys. The kind of screwy thing about this business is they always want somebody new. Not so good for you old guys. But that's the circle of life. That's the circle of business. Not just business, that's the circle of life. And it's interesting to see how these new platforms come about and come in. Like 10, 15 years ago, there was no streaming. And when it first came out, people were like, streaming? Who's going to do that? Who's going to sit home and watch TV all day? Well, it turns out millions of you will. And so things change. They get incorporated. They're like the new baby. If you've ever had a kid or a new brother or a new daughter, first you're like, get out of here. And then now you're like, hey, that's my brother, and you'll die for him. Now you love him. He's here. He's not going nowhere. So it gets incorporated, and it's the new, which becomes the old, once again, circle of life.
We've seen you in so many films. sticks out to me, Bloodsport and Karate Kid. So I got to know, how much, or have you ever indulged in martial arts ever, having partaken in those films?
Good question. Actually, I did. I studied martial arts. I wasn't really good, but I wasn't bad. I was good enough to protect myself, which is all I needed at the time. But yeah, I did study karate, studied Shotokan, and I studied way back. I'm a little bit older now, but I studied back in my teens, in my 20s, and I've always been an athlete. So I've always enjoyed, once again, doing those things. And then the cool thing about when you get a film like Karate Kid is they attach an expert to train you and walk you through everything that happened. So like in Karate Kid, we were literally in class for 6 weeks. Every day, us and Ralph Macchio and everybody else who's involved in it, we were in class every day from a master teacher who taught us, because you have to be able to do it. You can only fake so much. You can only fake when it's really tight. Oh, maybe I just told you a secret there. When the camera pulls out, you've got to be able to do it. If there's not a stunt person there, it's got to be you. So I also enjoy learning different things. That's one of the things. I love learning. So that's why I love doing different projects, because every project you learn something different.
You've been a part of so many projects. Do you have a favorite line that you've been able to say? That's gonna be a hard one. We're gonna give Larry just a second. See,
you know what? There's ones that you like to say, and there's ones that the public picks for you. One from Fear of a Black Cat. I don't know if you guys know that. Fear of a Black Cat. I played Tasty. I'm a busted cap in that ass. That's one. The one from Revenge of the Nerds, Party, Party, Party. That's Lamar. I love that one too. That one I just came up with. That was actually me. That was nobody else. There's a bunch. I mean, I could literally go through it. There's Extreme Prejudice. There's Seinfeld. It's different. And what happens is at that moment that you're doing it, it's your favorite. You don't get to be both. I teach acting now also. You don't get to do both. You don't get to be the audience. You only get to be the actor. And when I tell people in my class right now is, if you're going to be the audience, sit down and watch us work. If you're going to be the actor, get on stage. We got work to do. So that's a hard question to ask. Notice I didn't answer it. Kind of roundabouted that one, and didn't I? I did that, huh? No.
I was trying to always throw out the hard ones, trying to get a different line of thinking going. What do you appreciate about the Comic-Con atmosphere?
The atmosphere. This is the only way that you as an actor really get to see what people think about you. Other than that, you do your work, you go to your living room, you got your son who doesn't care that you're an actor, you're just dad, and they want what they want. And this is where you get to actually get to give back. So I really like that. And you get to interact with the fans, and they get to ask questions, and they get to tell you what made it important to them, which you have no clue about till you talk to them.
Larry B. Scott, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much, Micah. Make sure if you guys are interested in acting, you can catch me on Zoom, tsawonline.com. If you're really serious about it, check out that class. It's on. All you have to do is go to your living room, and you can study from your living room. More importantly, you can find out if this is something you really want to do or something you're just dreaming about doing. You know how it is. There's some people say they want to do something, and then when you actually got to pick up the shovel and dig the hole, you're like, oh, no, it's too much like work. So that's a good way for folks to find out and whet your appetite and feed your need if this is what works out for you. Thank you, Mike.
You got to put in the work to get the results. Duke City Comic-Con, again, Jim Burleson, thank you so much for allowing us out here.
We are waiting for you. How come you are not here?